What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to episode number 47 of Debate and Destroy with yours truly, Blackout Bill. To my co-host as always, the Fiend from Carrizo Springs.
Local JJ.
Local motherfucking JJ Del Toro. And it's not metal today, dude.
I know.
It's
What's
not.
going on?
It's not, dude, because it's season 2. We're bringing in different genres. But I think this is a good transition going into Muse.
Yeah.
But there's only one person who could help us talk about Muse albums. The die-hard himself, Max Saldez, fucking bringing the Mexicanness out here on fucking Debate and Destroy.
Si, senor.
Si, senor. Fuck, dude. Well, Max, you need to break down to the people how long you've been listening to Muse and how big of a fan you are.
Oof. I mean, back since middle school, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because it's been a while. And then, you know, when I had my little band in high school, we used to cover Muse songs. So it was like.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys cover?
Supermassive, right?
We did Supermassive. We did Hysteria. We did
Knights of Cydonia.
Knights of Cydonia.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, that one
That's
we just
awesome.
kind of messed around because we didn't have like the synthesizer
Yeah, you
and
can't.
the
The
trumpet
harmonica
and,
and shit.
no one could sing Matt Bellamy's
Yeah, I know. It's stupid.
high falsetto and shit like that. So we tried our best, you know.
That's
Very
awesome.
true.
Yeah, dude, we did Time Is Running Out, like all the.
Yeah, even Map of the Problematic, dude.
Oh,
he
that
used
was
Yeah.
fun.
He used to have that guitar rig program, and you would get that one effect.
Yeah, shout out to Guitar Rig.
Shout out to Guitar Rig.
Those guys know how to make software for emulators and shit like that. So yeah, you download that shit, and then it took a while to like figure out the octaves because he messes around with like. It automatically shifts octaves on your guitar. That's that. That just goes
Oh,
up
and
down
then
shit
back
like
and forth,
that. back and forth.
Yeah.
So it took me
There
a while
goes
to
a
figure
lot
that out.
into
Yeah.
Muse songs. A lot goes into Muse songs.
Oh,
It's-
for sure.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It's pretty
For
crazy.
sure.
It's
There's a
wild.
lot of effects. Matt's really good about using like different effects, and it's crazy. These guys are also a 3-piece.
I know.
There's
it's
a lot of like music coming out of these guys. You know what I mean?
It's pretty amazing.
But
Honestly.
we can go and like dive down to which one specifically, or like there's a lot of production going on. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think this is a good transition because Muse definitely has some metal influence, and then there's definitely big
absolutely.
riffs.
There's some big old
And they've
riffs
influenced
here.
other metal bands.
Oh,
too.
they have for
So-
sure influenced other metal bands. That is
True that.
for sure. But
Why did we pick these two albums, by the way?
so these two, I was thinking Black Holes is definitely like one of their best albums. I
Yeah,
think
for
undisputedly.
sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
I was thinking Absolution, but Absolution has like 2 tracks more, and then it's like the peak, the valleys to me I remember being lower than Origin, and Origin is for sure the most like rockin'
It's the
album that they
heaviest
have.
one, for sure.
So I thought these two would be good because they have the same amount of tracks. I think it would be a good argument to see whichever one wins to go against Absolution. The Resistance would be hard because it has those 3 like symphony things at the
pretty
end.
metal. Drones is pretty
Yeah.
metal.
Which one?
Drones would have been good too.
I mean, Drones.
Yeah,
is
Drones
great.
is-
It's a great album.
Yeah, I think that's definitely an underrated album. So I think later on we could always go back and whichever one wins, like go, or which one loses could go against Drones. Whichever one wins goes
True.
against
I
Absolution.
finally jammed Simulation Theory. It wasn't as good as the last one. for
Nah, I
sure.
didn't like
I thought
Simulation
Drones
Theory.
was way better.
I thought it.
Personally.
I definitely thought it was a step back.
Yeah.
Like not. I don't know. To me, I really liked Drones because it went back more into like the rock. Because
Yeah, the old school kind
Yeah,
of
'cause
Muse.
It was a
Second
little more
Law-
straightforward than the
what was
previous.
it called? Second Law or?
Yeah, the second law. I didn't particularly like that. With
I liked
Madness
it.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
with
That
Madness.
one was good to me.
It's got a couple good
That's a
tracks,
good
but
one.
it's
It's like
definitely
a-
like there's some funk influence. There's like definitely difference. It was
You were
nice to
hating
see
on that
Muse
song,
come back.
Animals.
Was that?
You were a hater on that
Oh,
song.
that song
Animals.
sucks, dude.
I thought it
That
was
song
decent.
sucks. Don't let the bassist is just like I like his harmonies a lot when they're live, but him carrying a song, he just not as like
He carries a couple.
you
of those
can't
songs.
carry it like
Can't
Matt. Like
compare it with Matt Bellamy, man.
know,
Like the
that guy's
guy's
a
an
different
opera
animal.
singer. Like
Yeah.
if he was born in a different era, he would be like. You know, they say
Yeah.
all the time, like he would be out there with the king fucking playing piano or like the whatever
guitar,
they call
yeah.
it.
harp.
the lute,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lute.
The lute or whatever. Like the guy's insanely,
Yeah.
you know,
Talented.
the way he's singing, it's like opera, basically.
But it is Origin of Symmetry, fucking 2001 versus Black Holes and Revelations on this episode of Debate and Destroy. So let's fucking start this
06,
bitch
right?
off, dude. What was that?
06, right?
06 is Black
06,
Holes,
yeah.
which I'm sure a shit ton of people know at least a couple songs out there. Some huge songs,
Oh,
like
my goodness.
huge.
We'll get
I
to
really
it.
want to know what their best-selling album was. I didn't look it up. We can probably look it up during the halftime, but there's, dude, some of
I
these
feel
ones
like
are
it's
just,
this one.
yeah, I think so
Just too
too.
many big hitters.
It could be,
Or it
but
could be The
also,
Resistance.
When did Guitar Hero come out too? Because
I think like 2 years after, so like
What came out
2007,
first,
2008.
Knights of Cydonia or Assassin? They both came out in the Guitar Hero. I don't know which one.
But
Knights of Cydonia came
like, a
out
lot
on
of
Guitar Hero
people get
first.
Like I remember not knowing who Muse was
Yeah.
until Guitar Hero came out, and then Knights of Cydonia was one of
Like
the
the
songs
shit,
on there.
yeah, and everyone
I was
wanted
like,
to play
what
it.
the hell, dude? This is crazy.
This song's
Black
badass.
Holes is their number one.
Which one?
Number one
Black
selling.
Holes selling.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
All right, well let's
let's do
get into it,
Let's
dude.
do it.
Track number fucking 1, Newborn versus Take a Bow.
This one's fucking hard.
Who's gonna what?
What, are you
I don't
kidding
think it's
me?
that hard, JJ.
Dude, Take a Bow is amazing. Dude.
Okay.
It goes through an adventure.
Take a bow to me.
It's such
like,
a great
I remember
build-up.
really not liking it like for a while.
Dear
But
wild.
going back, this is a really good song.
Dude, and the middle breakdown was awesome,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
with that guitar.
I didn't appreciate the song until you saw it live, because there's a different vibe to it, because it's a slowly building
Yes.
song that you see the crowd and it's like everyone's
You
building
can
and
tell-
building
you
and
can
building.
tell
It's
when
like,
you
Like the
listen to it,
anticipation's like
Yeah.
getting there and like you're getting all excited
You
and
can
shit.
tell when you listen to that it's gonna be fucking huge live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
that's
amazing,
true.
dude. It's such a good build.
Yeah, you're talking about the part where the like guitar comes in and there's like
Oh,
like
yeah.
a really dissonant like bam, bam.
Yeah, it's at 236.
Dude,
Oh,
that
with
ex-
drum stop. Get out of here.
It's interesting that Muse has like influences from a bunch of different places, but there's a King Crimson song that uses that exact same like guitar, like 2 notes. It's called Starless, and it has that same like very distant like bam, bam.
I'm sure they're influenced by a lot.
They
I
d-
heard some
I was gonna
Queen
say-
in there. I heard
They definitely have Queen. They have some prog rock too.
Yes,
like there's some
exactly.
prog rock stuff you'll see like scattered throughout. But this song is like a mixture of like very atmospheric like build up, and then it hits you with like this proggy like rock part. But I really I don't know. I think it was when I was thinking of the song before. I couldn't remember that it did that weird breakdown thing. And I hearing it back, I'm like, okay, it builds really fucking well. And I do like Muse can pull off sometimes in some of their songs the spacey like atmospheric part. Some other songs I don't like, but I think this one is still like a really natural like atmospheric.
Yeah,
you know.
it's
And like
a
you
good
said,
build-up.
in a live perspective, you could see
Yeah.
it just like getting everyone like.
and then you hear the studio version, it's like, okay, I see it. Like,
Yeah, I
this
can
is
see
good
it.
It has a
song,
big
'cause-
stop to it, and
Yeah.
then it goes into the next one.
Because
which is
before
a
I
good
used
one.
to, honestly, I used to just skip it. But now when I listen to the live version,
Dude, I don't know how you guys
it's
think
great.
that. It's a good song.
I would skip, but dude, let's go into Newborn,
Oh.
bro. Newborn rips, JJ.
Yeah.
Newborn
Yeah.
rips. You're gonna look at me. We're fucking
Yeah.
metalheads,
I
dude.
know, dude.
Come on, man. You can't tell me. Okay, the build up for that,
The little delicate piano to
The
intro.
piano.
and I will always. Dude, what's the bassist name?
Chris something. Is it Chris?
It's definitely Chris.
Yeah, I just know him by Chris.
Dude, that bass. I love his bass lines. He's got some iconic bass
He
lines
really
throughout
does.
Muse's history. But I do love this
Yeah.
intro where he mimics like the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, it's pretty
and,
cool.
And Matt gives you like that kind of his little like creepy voice. Like, I don't know. I like the way he sings, like the stress he has. But
It's almost like he's trying to not quite, but it sounds kind of like Radiohead a little bit.
yeah,
And we're gonna probably gonna
that
get into
is another
that.
one. They are
Yeah.
huge Radiohead fans in,
Yes.
in Muse for
'Cause
sure.
His voice, I don't know. It just sounds like. Yeah, it's like that creepy, sort of fragile. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't know.
I don't know how to
It's like
explain it,
tearing
but
into
it
you.
works
Yeah.
like so well with this part. Link into the world. I love
Come
it.
on, guys. We're all here for that one riff.
When that riff comes in,
dude.
when that riff comes
Get
in,
Yes.
I know there's probably no pits at a Muse show. I know because I've seen them twice. But that's one where you're like, all right, guys, we could open a pit if we wanted
We
to.
really, yeah.
That riff fucking
It
smacks.
smacks, dude. It really
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
the breakdown's pretty solid. It's
Yeah.
that 302 and it transitions pretty well.
Yep. And that riff is like, it's a long riff too. Like it has a lot to say. Like it's like, you know, it goes on for an
It
extended.
just goes all through the E string, dude. It's
I
just
love it.
like all the way up.
All the
and
way
it goes
up.
All the way
And
down.
it- yeah.
Like,
Sliding up and down. Oh.
that's a great.
And
great
during the
riff.
verses, I was gonna say, you know what I love is when he does like the little like he's doing like a triplet groove. I love that. He can strum that and sing still with
What do you
that.
think about the solo?
Oh, that Tom
The
Morello
solo.
solo. Yeah,
It's
dude,
okay,
that's
Tom
dude.
Morello fan.
It's
a
not
Tom
my
Morello
fa-
solo, dude.
I like it. I don't love it, but you know what? It fits the song. It fits the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a good song, dude. I personally think this is really tough. Like, I don't know how
No,
you
dude.
don't
I
think
really
think
think
there's
it's
a clear
easy.
winner
I think
here.
Newborn
I
is a
think-
clear
I
winner.
think
Nice.
Newborn's gonna take it for this one.
I mean, I bet there's Muse fans out there that are going to dispute with us, but that's the thing too. I think they're so one thing we need to get into is like a reason these guys are so popular, not only just for their pop hits, but I think when we're going to talk about all their different influences is that they write songs in so many different styles. Like the stylistic difference between Newborn and Take a Bow are so different that it's going to attract two different sets of fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it takes a really special band to do that. But for me, I just think that Newborn is just overall a more complete song. Like I'd for sure rather put on Newborn than Take a Bow, and I'd for sure rather see Newborn live. Imagine they open with Newborn.
Oh yeah,
Matt comes on, starts playing that keyboard, and then just you get that riff in your face.
I just feel like Take a Bow would be so good live. It feels like Ecstasy of Gold type of song. Like where it's just a big.
Don't ever say it's like Ecstasy of Gold.
To
no
me,
way.
I don't know how it does, dude. It has like
the epic vibe. Yeah,
it has an epic vibe. You're getting pumped, dude. I love it.
Newborn goes from like step 1 to fucking step 2.
That's very true.
It's
but I love that. It's a great way to open the album up.
It is, dude.
Yes. It's a great way.
Yeah, I think Newborn's.
I'm gonna go with Newborn. You're gonna go with.
I would Take a Bow, dude. I love that song.
So
I was really surprised how
so
good.
wrong.
I might be, but
dude, you're a metalhead. You're just disgracing everyone out there. You're disgracing everyone.
Take a Bow has some good metal riff. It has
that's not a metal riff.
That to me, dude,
no,
it's pretty heavy.
You're crazy.
It's in the realm.
You're just playing devil's advocate. I know you.
It's a good song. I think vast majority would agree with me on this one.
Okay, guys, let's go on to track number 2. This one was actually way tougher than I thought it was going to be. Let's go on to track number 2. Bliss versus Starlight.
I don't think so. This one's tough for me.
Really?
I don't think so either.
Guys, I'm going to say one thing.
All right, go for it.
Starlight has not aged well for me. I don't know about for you guys.
Ooh, I think it's pretty consistent, man.
No, dude. Like, it's not. I remember really, really liking this song when I was younger, but I don't know what it is. Like, when I went back, it's a little cheesy to me. Like, the claps, like, ba, ba. I know it's like, it's hard to write a song that's like super accessible in some regards.
This is super accessible.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Everyone claps around the da da da, right? And then his vocal hooks are good, but it's just I went back to it. It didn't grab me as much as it used to. You know what I mean? And then for me personally, for Bliss, like I thought it was. I didn't remember that song, and it was way better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything to add there for those two.
I don't know, man. Like I think when you think of Muse, Starlight is one of the songs that comes up. You know, it's like
it's one of their pinnacle songs.
It's like, but it's also like one of the poppiest songs they've ever put out.
Oh, absolutely!
Like it's up there.
It's incredibly poppy, and I think Muse for each one of their albums always comes up with like one really poppy song.
That's very true.
Like Undisclosed Desires was one of them, and then they did Madness, and then like Psycho, I guess, could be one of the excess.
No, the one it's
like,
Dead Inside. Dead Inside.
That's the one it is.
That's like in the similar vein. And then the one off Second Law, I can't remember. Oh no, you said
Dead
Madness.
Inside is almost exactly Starlight, dude. Actually,
Dead Inside.
They sound
they're all like
similar.
There's after Undisclosed Desires. I agree with Max. There's like every album has to have a song that has like a very similar structure to Undisclosed Desires.
So I think Starlight was like the
first
of that.
Yeah,
I think because I mean it's not a rock song necessarily.
No,
it's a poppy like alternative kind of.
There's a reason it's been featured in like multiple movies.
Yes,
like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Fucking people singing it in karaoke, like trying to sing.
Oh Jesus, that's a hard song to sing for sure.
That's a hard one.
He gets so high with that "Hold You in My."
I just think the music meshes well. The bass is, I mean, simplistic, but it works really well, dude. It gets you hooked, and then the drums with the clapping.
Expectations, like all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But come on, tell me about fucking Bliss. Bliss didn't blow you away a little bit.
Bliss was pretty damn good.
I did not remember being that good.
I just wasn't a fan of the space atmosphere. In
I liked it. The keyboard in the background. There was a more keyboard-driven song.
The piano in the intro is pretty cool, and the guitar riff is good. But the elements of the space did not work for me as well.
No, dude, I thought the riffs killed on this song, man. And
the riffs work
and
really
the bass line, dude. Once again, Chris hit me with some good bass lines.
Some really good ones throughout the entire album.
And the chorus is good. It's obviously not even close to the same level of like a well-written chorus like Starlight, but it's good. It serves the song well.
Is not.
Yeah, it's a lower T. It's like a low middle. I think that's the only thing that holds Bliss back. Is that the chorus isn't like on another because. Once again, Starlight's chorus is like as soon as you hear that chorus, it sticks in your head
Everyone
like all day.
Can sing along.
It's such a well-written, fucking catchy chorus.
It's a sing-along song. It's got the clapping. Starlight. It's a live song. It's meant to be a live song. You have the clapping, you have the rhythm, you have like easy lyrics to remember.
Very true.
It's a great song. Man.
Very true. For Bliss, where would you put it on Origin Symmetry? You think it's up tier, bottom tier, middle tier?
It's middle for sure.
Middle? Yeah, I think
it's
so
a middle
too.
song.
But I still think it's a solid song, like solid Muse song.
Oh, I agree. I just think Starlight is a better song.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They're both great. I would listen to both, but
And we've seen it live, and it smacks live.
Yeah.
I thought it smacked live.
What do you guys think of the lyrics of Starlight? Is it too much? Is it too cheesy?
No, it's not too bad.
It's
even
not too
if
bad.
they were going for
being
cheesy,
a pop song, dude.
Like it works. Like it works because chicks are just singing that fucking or boyfriends are singing to their girlfriends all across the country.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna hold you in my arms,
I
man.
sing it.
I sing it. I sing it every
Ships
day.
taking me far away.
Ships taking me far away.
It's a good love song, It's a good.
Yeah, that's true. So which one y'all going with? Obviously
I think
Starlight.
Starlight. I'm gonna
Obviously
go.
Starlight.
But not by much, because it's Bliss is also a great song, but
Yeah,
for sure,
like
Starlight.
like I said, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh man, Starlight's gonna kill it. I ran them back a couple times, and like I said, the Starlight, I really liked it the first time I listened to it, but I think there is diminishing returns on Starlight. You know what I mean? Like,
It can't be overheard.
The first time you
yeah.
hear it, I think you get everything out of it already, and then from there, it only gets worse. Personally,
Okay, I can see that where there's no added value.
yeah, like you're not gonna go back and be like, oh, I missed this part of that part. No, it's just like
No, it's straightforward.
No.
It's
clap,
really
clap,
straightforward.
clap, clap, clap. What did you tell me that's Morse code for? It's like
Oh, someone had put on Reddit that it's apparently Morse code for tits or some shit like
Nice.
that. I don't know if it's
Matt
true.
knew what he was doing.
see, he knew what he was
What's
doing.
the drummer's name? He knew what he was doing.
What's the drummer?
Dominic.
Dominic is also. We'll get into some of the other songs where I'm like, he can really
cool
groove.
fills.
He does have some cool fills.
Oh, he's
but
a great drummer. Yeah.
he's a great drummer, dude. Like he serves the song very well. He's very good at that. And there's some where you're like, oh, when he needs to play like some pretty hard shit, he can. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? Also, one of the things, just a side note, that have you ever seen them cover YYZ?
Oh no,
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
That'd be really.
Yeah, I was definitely impressed with them. Another because they play in, I think it's Toronto.
Oh, it's a live version?
Yeah, they play it live, and they played in. I think it's just the beginning, but they played in Toronto. Was it YYZ or 21? I think it's YYZ. But anyway, it's just cool because Rush was a 3-piece.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And Rush was obviously way more prog than Muse, but Muse definitely you could see that there's influence from the prog realm.
And all three of them are so talented. They're gonna cover a song and like do it well.
Exactly. And I was about to say that song is no easy feat on drums, of course, covering Neil.
Dude,
and
I heard them like recently cover a song by Churches, and it was awesome.
Really?
Like a random ass song.
Churches
by
with a V?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, are you a fan of Church? I've never listened to them.
I like them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got some cool songs there. Like the singer, dude, she can like her voice is so unique.
Really?
It's pretty great.
Dude, Churches with a V. Like when I saw the name, I thought it had to be a metal band because
Yeah,
okay,
I
so I don't know.
too.
So I don't know if you know this. Like in like the black metal scene in Norway, like they spell a lot of things instead of with like with a fucking U, they switch it for a V. So like if you're true cult, that's what they always say. It's like with true is with a V and cult is with a V. So when I saw Churches, I'm like, oh, I bet this band burned some churches down. And then I put it on. It was like the
super
complete
poppy.
opposite.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and
No,
recently they had a spin in the fucking they were getting like some press in the metal fucking community because Jamie Josta had blown them up because he was like, "Who's this band Churches with the V?
That's
and
right.
why
They
are
had a
they
little bit
over
of beef."
Gojira on the bill?"
Yeah.
Because Deftones puts on a festival in California.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like the Deftones festival, and the lineup, I'm not even joking, was like from the top, the Deftones were headlining, Churches, Gojira.
Ooh.
That was the lineup.
So
and so like
Ooh.
so this guy who like is the you saw Hatebreed, random that Max saw
Yeah,
Hatebreed.
oh,
yeah,
I did.
you're scared.
He's like
I was
a
scared, man.
that was scary.
I was terrified out of my mind.
He's like a talking head in the metal community, Jamie Josta, and he's the lead singer of Hatebreed. He was on MTV a lot, but anyway, on Twitter, he's like, "Who is this band Churches with a V, and how are they gonna fucking come on after Gojira?" And he made like this fake, like not fake, but like try to start like a little. I don't controversy or something, but like the people from Churches were just like, "Why are you attacking us?" And then the guys from Gojira were like, "Churches is cool, like we sent them merch." And the people
nice.
from like Churches were like, "Oh, that's cool
Nice,
that Gojira
nice.
did that for us."
Yeah, dude, they're chill. But like,
Yeah.
and Muse just does. They did a Duran Duran cover too. Like,
Really?
Hungry
Which
Like-
song?
Hungry
Hungry
Like
Like
the
a Wolf?
Yeah,
That's
Matt's
awesome.
just killing it with the guitar and singing at the same. Yeah, dude, they're when they do covers, y'all should check them out because they're really, really fucking.
I need
good.
to. I mean, there is one cover on here, and we'll get to it. But that's probably the only one that I can
Yes.
think like
Yes.
is so popular on top of my head. But anyway, Starlight gets the pentagram.
Yes.
of Truth. Let's go on to track number 3. This one was also a battle, dude.
It was.
Oh, I don't know.
Space Dementia versus Supermassive Black Hole.
Man, let's get this.
Let's
out
talk
of the
about
window.
this.
Supermassive is probably one of their biggest hits.
It is.
For Space Dementia.
Unfortunately,
was
because
really
of
close.
Twilight, right? Because
Twilight. I was about to say it's in another movie, but
honestly, I didn't even know that.
No, it's like there's baseball scene or whatever that they're
Yes.
they're fighting
Really?
and
They
then
play?
and then Supermassive Black Hole comes on and you're like, what the fuck?
That's so random.
This does not fit.
I feel
Max
like it
stood up in
didn't
the
fit,
theater and was like, "Let's open this bitch up, circle it up, bitches."
No, but like my band used to cover Supermassive Black Hole a lot, and it's a very fun song to play.
Yeah, it's because
I
it's
get-
funky. Like it's got a
it's
whole.
Funky
See,
and
this is like
groovy
a.
at the same
It's
time.
funky. It's
Once
groovy,
again,
yeah.
from these first 3 songs on Black Holes, how much diversity is there between Take a Bow, Starlight, and Supermassive, and even going forward, we'll get to the next 2.
That's
but like
incredible.
because Starlight is definitely like a more like a very 1, 2, 3, 4. Where this one's like it's like a dance, like a groove funk. You know what I mean? It resonates completely
That's what
different.
makes Muse so fun. There's
Yeah,
diversity.
and then let's talk about Matt having the confidence to do an entire song falsettoed.
Oh yeah,
That's
insane.
and it still works somehow.
Yes.
I mean, as far as falsettos go, that can be very tricky because a lot of people's falsettos can get very annoying very fast.
Yes.
But
does it
Matt,
well.
Matt does it really well, and I think
Yeah.
this one it completely works for this song. It's like you're listening to I don't know, like a Prince inspired or a fucking not Ray Charles. Geez, I can't. Stevie Wonder or something. I don't know.
You would think you take out that music separately, the contrast wouldn't work, but it does. It meshes so well,
it's in the
dude.
same fucking album. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
It's crazy.
I mean,
Exactly.
you have Starlight, which is like a very cheesy love song, right? And then you have Supermassive Black Hole, which is kind of a song about being enchanted by someone.
Yeah.
Being taken over. Like you have this, lover.
See, I didn't know that. I always wondered what this song was about.
Yeah, because it's like, ooh, baby, don't you know I suffer?
Yeah.
Can
I
you
wasn't
hear
a
me
fool for
moan?
no one, but I'm a fool for
I'm
you.
A fool for you, yeah.
You the queen of the superficial.
Yes.
How long until you tell the truth or some
yeah,
shit?
Yeah. So he's basically talking about how he's enchanted by this person.
Oh, and so like the ties to the supermassive black hole is just like you being sucked
get
in by this
sucked-
person.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Or
'Cause
it could be complete
That's the
nonsense.
metaphor.
There's two voices in this: a falsetto, and then the complete other contrast is like of added gain to this voice to make it sound like a scream.
Yes.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's pretty interesting. That that's a very
But then also
stark.
the chorus lyrics, like glaciers melting in the dead of night. And
See, it's like-
superstar. Like what the
that
fuck
whole
are you-
part like just caught me completely different because it's like it does not. For me, it was like so left field from what the verses are
At
saying.
that point, they're just fucking around and playing with, just whatever sounded.
it worked.
Yeah, whatever sounded good.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. But
Or it could have some deep meaning that we don't know anything about. But basically, yeah, it's a fun
Space
little.
Dementia was a hidden gem.
Okay, Space Dementia. I do that one took me by. This is a top tier song on this
Yeah, the
album.
piano's awesome in the intro.
Yes.
It sounds like a
Bro.
big action scene or something like
And
that.
Matt's piano work is fun. Okay, so what did you tell me about Matt? Like his first instrument was piano. He's classically
His
trained
first-
on the piano.
Yes, he was piano. I don't know if he's classically trained in it, but you can see videos of Matt at 12 years old just fucking destroying the piano.
Really?
Just going nuts. And
Yeah.
don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure he won some national competition in the UK
Mm-hmm.
for piano playing shit like that. I saw a recent interview which kind of threw me off because he said he was never classically trained, like
Mm-hmm.
he was self-trained. I was like, no fucking way.
That's
dude.
incredible.
How
Yeah.
do you get that good? It's like, I mean, another person like Chris Martin, he plays the piano not as well as Matt Bellamy,
Bellamy,
right? But
yeah.
he also says like he never learned how to play music. He used to do colors or something like that. Like he just reads
Wow.
music off of colors or whatever.
Damn. You know who else
So-
said that was
Insane.
Devin Townsend.
I think yeah.
does
He's
that
the
thing.
same. He's like I see music in colors.
Oh no, not see music in color, but like there was some way that his teacher used to put colors or something like that.
Yeah, like on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that for kids. Like you put like a C is red or whatever because like you have 8
Yes,
notes.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
And you put like
Let's
8
play
different colors.
red now, bam, shit
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
much
Okay.
easier for the kids to like
So apparently,
get.
I think
Wow.
that's how he learned. But with Matt, I don't know if he's classically trained, to be honest. But I think
Well, what I mean by that is not like that he plays classical, just that he had lessons as a kid. He definitely was like taught how to play piano.
I think so. But then he didn't pick up the guitar until much later. I think.
Yeah, and he's pretty damn good at it too.
Yes.
Like he writes some great
I mean,
riffs.
you know our friend Andrew, right? Like
Yeah.
she started with the piano. he was playing forever. The guy was incredibly gifted, and then he picks up the bass. 3 months later, he's like slapping it and going
absolutely insane. Yeah,
it's something, but that's something about starting with the piano and being proficient.
Exactly.
You have all the notes out in front of you. You have two hands doing separate things.
And the piano, when you look at it, is like very, I'm trying to think of the word, like symmetrical.
Yes.
Like, because if you got like the one part down, you know what I mean? There's 8 notes in a scale. It's just repeated like 4 times or whatever it is on a keyboard. And it makes you look at the notes different. So I think when you start with that and translate to a newer instrument, it's a little bit easier. But either way, I was going to say, speaking of Chris Martin or other like popular artists who play piano, they like quote unquote play it, you know what I mean? But they're usually just like, they play like very easy, like like a chord or something.
Oh yeah, no, Matt's
and they
going
move.
nuts.
No, Matt can fucking actually. He's very proficient. Like he's great piano player. You know what I mean? If you don't believe me, if you look at the Resistance, United States of Eurasia, and then he does the Chopin piece at the end. That's no easy feat to play that piece, especially well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I think it's in I can't remember the form where you determine your own tempo for it. You have to have a lot of feeling. But Matt's either way, Matt's an incredible musician.
Yes.
And getting back to Space Dementia, like you said, the fucking opening and then the driven like piano behind the verses is awesome. I fucking love Space Dementia. Yeah. The only part I think the way this song isn't as big is because once again the chorus compared to other bands, it's a huge chorus. But compared to other Muse songs, like even Supermassive, it's not as memorable. But the song is fantastic.
The whole structure of the song meshes really well.
Yeah, like if they bust this out, I'd be like, "Whoa, dude, this is a really cool." To see Matt play this and sing the verses,
that would be
super
cool to see.
You know what I mean?
The guy's amazing.
Or even who's their stagehand? Who's like their 4th like honorable member?
I mean, I don't know his name, but he's been there for a while. I don't know if he's still touring with them, but yeah, he's basically the 4th member at this point.
Because that guy was awesome, like to pick up the extra part, like the piano, or to play the guitar, or the bongo, or the like.
During Supermassive Black Hole, he just has one of those Latin. I don't even know what
the fish thing, like
no, it's got like it's got almost like necklaces around it, kind of like.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That kind of
I've seen that. Fuck, I can't remember what that's called. It's like a tambourine,
rattle.
but
It's probably like a rattle of some sort. I don't know.
Damn, but this one was way closer I thought. So who's gonna make the first vote on this?
I think I'm gonna go with Supermassive.
Supermassive.
We used to play that. Yeah,
it got some sentimental value to you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fun song to play, and I mean, we never got the falsetto down, obviously. But
yeah. Well, you were on guitar, so it's kind of like a hard song to play. Because
on guitar, it's actually not that hard.
But what I'm saying is like to play it at the same time, because that rhythm.
The chorus is a little bit harder.
I guess it's all down. Yeah.
The chorus is a little bit harder because you're just doing octaves at that point. Like
that's
that
true.
kind of stuff. But honestly, if anyone wants to cover a Muse song, always start with Supermassive because I think it's very accessible. When we used to play Andrew just to mess with us because he was the bass player, he would just like pretend like he's asleep because there's parts where literally Chris all he does is like dun, and he stops for like dun. And then he just stops and just rests. And then Andrew would just like go like this when he's playing. And then finally, when the chorus picks up, he starts playing again.
That's cool.
That's awesome. It's an easy song to play.
But that also speaks to like Chris's ability to know when he should be like forward and when he should be like chill.
He has a massive presence.
Exactly. I was like, this is the same guy who wrote fucking what's the one on Absolution? That amazing. Yes, that bass line is like a super iconic bass line.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know bass players could do that. Like,
dude, he runs it hard.
This isn't in the background. This is like...
Yeah, to the foreground, especially in bands where it's a 3-piece, you need a bassist who does and also knows, like I said, when to like chill. Like, you know what I mean? And it fits the song.
Yes.
And like you said, on this one, like you get that boom, boom. There's other songs like I'm trying to think that one we love of Second Law. It's a groovy song too. Panic Station.
Yeah, Panic Station.
Boom, boom, boom. Like he knows he can play different styles. Like he's a great bassist, man. All these guys are. But so you go Supermassive. Which one are you going with?
This is a little tougher than I thought, but Supermassive Black Hole, man.
Yeah,
dude, this song is amazing.
This one was really hard. But it is Supermassive. It is like the song that sticks with you more. But I don't want anyone to like. If you haven't heard Space Dementia, like go listen to it.
Check it out.
Like Space Dementia is I was really blown away. I forgot how good it was.
I was surprised as well.
But Supermassive gets the pentagram of truth. Let's go on to track number 4, fellas. Hyper Music versus Map of the Problem.
Boy, you know what I'm gonna say.
Come on,
here.
man. This one's
Oh,
easy.
Max, tell us a little bit.
This was a wipeout.
Tell us a little bit about fucking.
I think it's a wipeout too, man. Like,
no, dude, I don't think it's a wipeout. I don't think it's a wipeout.
I think you're crazy.
No, I think you guys are fucking discrediting. No, guys, Hyper Music is fucking good.
have you
Hyper
heard
Music's
any
okay.
guitar riff?
No.
Like Map of the Problematic. Like that shit's unique. When
It's
I
an
first heard it,
yeah.
it's like I don't know you could take guitar to that level. Like obviously you can put effects on a guitar and make it sound like a duck or whatever.
Yeah.
But
you can do whatever
like
you want.
the rhythm. Do you know how complicated it is to set up the timing on
For this song?
On this song,
Yeah.
because the drummer needs to follow like. When you think of percussion in a band, it's like everyone has to follow the time
drummer.
signature of the drummer, right?
Yeah.
If everyone's on the beat of the drummer. But
It's
in this
opposite.
case, it's like it's the guitarist.
Yes.
Yep.
Because the effects are set up to a very distinct timing.
Yep.
So if the rest of the band's off, the guitar's
You're gonna fuck
sound
the song
off,
up.
like
Yep.
by a fucking millisecond, because then it
Yep.
builds up and it builds up and it builds up, and then
You have
now
to
Yeah,
be
because
on point on this.
to
You have to
actually
be on
play it, you
point.
like strum once, and it's like you leave it open for like a bar or so, like 2 bars. Like
the thing
it's
is,
like
strumming it is not what sets up the effect. The effect's just there. You just have to like time your own playing to the effect.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But like when you actually play it, it's literally like one chord, but you got to make sure you like hit it for that like boom wah wah boom wah wah boom wah boom wah
Yeah,
wah.
yeah.
boom,
It's
wah,
all
wah,
about
boom,
timing
wah, boom,
with
wah,
this
wah.
one.
Yeah.
Like everyone
have to be
has to
precise.
get.
Yeah.
Everyone
And the
has to
way
get
it builds
this.
up with the piano.
Yes.
With a little cool motif on top.
And if you listen to the lyrics, it's a dark fucking song, dude.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it? What's
it's
it about?
It's a dark song. It's about like the really fucked up thoughts in everyone's head. Like in interviews, they talk about how it's almost like they were a little bit ashamed to write the song because they were like, yeah, we went to a really dark place writing this.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if you listen to the lyrics like "loneliness be over" and shit like that, and him talking about like despair and all that stuff, in his when we bleed the same, and all about that stuff. It's like, yeah, we all go through this. Like
Yeah.
really fucked up thoughts,
Wow.
like
Dude,
your
and
ruminations
It
and
makes
like all
sense,
those
though.
like.
The song itself is dark.
Yeah, it's
Dark
got
theme.
it's got dark overtones. You know what I mean? And like
dark
that
layers.
melancholy
It's a little
piano.
creepy,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that I once again, because we talked about how good he is on piano, he could have easily like overdoused the piano like on the back end, but he just gives a little motif on the top, like doon doon dun dun, and it just works perfectly.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, for me, I like Matt's voice a lot. Sometimes it can be too much, but this song I think is like a top 3 my favorite vocal like performances of his.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
he just
can't,
sings
when
it
he sings like I can't get it
right.
right.
When he hits
Yes.
that line, dude, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like it just fits so,
So
well.
it's about that. Like I can't get it right. You know, it's all your insecurities, all the anxiety, all those fucked up thoughts. Like you suck and all this
Yeah.
shit. Like you sort of tell yourself from now and then. Like we all have those kinds of thoughts, and they're basically talking about it here in this song. And it's like, whoa. dude.
Exactly.
Like,
And
at
another
first I heard it and I was like, that's a fun little riff. But then you listen to the lyrics, it's like, ooh,
no.
that's-
that got dark quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? I was gonna say this one I love too because the percussion, we haven't talked about the drummer a lot, but I actually really like the song. It's not the most technical drums ever, but they just work. Like
The drum beat's awesome.
I love the drum beat,
Yes.
and then like he's got
And
a good
you
beat.
Said, the timing has to be perfect on it. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
And then-
we
man.
tried to play it, and
Yeah.
Alex, like,
Yeah.
my drummer, and like
Drummer
he would
and
just-
cousin. Shout out to
Yeah.
Alejandro, the
Shout out to
legend.
Alejandro.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Yes.
What a fucking
Happy
That guy knows
birthday,
how to
fucker.
party.
Oh, he
Yes.
knows how to
Yes, he
party,
does.
dude. He's in Monterey just getting fucked up right now.
we tried really hard to get the timing down. Eventually, he had to wear a metronome.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was
To
gonna
get
say,
it
but
down.
these guys definitely have in-ears when they play,
yeah,
like all
absolutely.
bands. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to play this one to a click track. But what's it called? I was gonna say also the fill that he hits that stuck it
Yes.
stuck
When
it
it transitions.
I love that. That's a great drum fill. Like once again, it's not about being extremely technical, but it just fits the fucking song and it
Yes.
the build up. I love when they get to that point and then they bring it back and it gets even more like okay. It is a little bit of a clear choice, but I just don't want you guys to fucking forget about Hyper Music.
Yeah.
Because that song
The
does
intro's
get...
so unorthodox, man. It's
Yeah, but
crazy.
it's a fucking great song, dude. Once
is.
again, another rockin' fucking
The
Muse
bass
song.
line is amazing.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Another
Chris is a
great Chris
beast.
bass line.
He's a beast. Yeah.
This is why I love Origin of Symmetry, because I believe it's so consistent. You know what I mean? Like, this song is another...
It's definitely more technical.
I don't know about technical, but it's more
is.
raw. Like this is a raw Muse album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like raw guitar riffs.
It feels like they were just messing around and they were like, oh, let's use that. Like, they're just like jamming, let's do that. It feels like Black Holes and Revelations is definitely a lot more methodical and like.
Yeah. I would say, you know what I would put
Musically
this
driven.
is in their careers. In their careers, Origin sounds like for the venues that they were at that time. Like if you're playing in front of like an 1,000-person venue, you want a more rockin', like getting people going. Black Holes is for a stadium, dude. Like you want some crazy music. Like what's the classic, dude? Wimberley, 2000 and whatever, 2007.
Yeah, that's
and
a great.
You have the
album.
fucking lights. You have them playing
Dude,
nights.
they had people like fucking swinging and spinning on.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That
shows
I don't
a
even know what to
spectacle,
call
man.
it, but yeah, they had all kinds of stuff.
And this is like some of these songs are the ones that like it sets Muse apart from like bands who can't get to that next threshold of stadium rockers. Muse did it in a different way. You know what I mean? Like I said, by mixing a bunch of influences.
Well, they're so diverse, man. They bring everybody in.
Exactly. Because imagine like, dude, you got to go to the show. Like my wife went me to the Muse show because she loves Muse. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not just Starlight, but there are songs that got her into it. But then imagine like listening to Starlight and the next song is Map of the Problematic. Like they're very like, they work for the stadium more than like a hyper music or a Space Dementia. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But hyper music in a club with 500 people, that riff rocks, dude.
Mm-hmm. And remember,
It still rocks for a big
their live
audience
shows,
too.
they do like a metal medley.
That's the other
Sometimes they do
thing.
that. It's
That's the
pretty
thing for
fucking
Map of the
cool.
Problematic on that live album you're talking about. They end up with is it Rage Against the Machine?
Maggie's Farm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They that's the outro of that song, and it's like, whoa.
That's another thing that Muse like, and we've gone to not millions, but a shit ton of metal shows, like thousands, and even all types of genres. But a lot of the things that are missing from bands nowadays is outros. Mm-hmm. Like, just take the time to,
or just make the song a little different than the studio version.
Exactly, you know? Or put an intro, an outro, and Muse always fucks you up with like Map of the Problematic or Stockholm Syndrome at the end, where they'll just be like, "Oh fuck, you want another breakdown? Let's do another outro.
Yes.
Let's do another outro."
Next to Cydonia is a great example too, where they have like the really big intro at the beginning.
Yeah.
With the harmonica and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And you can there's a lot of
nuts,
open space for them to do that stuff. Sometimes, like death metal bands, you can't do that.
No, they can't, and they never do.
Precise,
and then a lot of fans aren't like open to it. They want to like play it the exact same how it was on the album, which I understand because they want.
Sometimes you
some
have
people
to do that.
Yeah, but I like. There's also the argument to be made where it's like, well, it's so technical to watch someone do it live is a whole like that's amazing. Mm-hmm. But for me, like a rock show. At the end of the day, it's just be something like you're just banging your head and you're unexpected.
Totally agree.
You get your expectations subverted. You know what I mean? You go in thinking one thing and then they just fucking hit you with another.
And it's still spectacular.
And that's where like drones like that, or sorry, the Psycho came from. Just like they used it as an outro for years. That
that is a fun opening.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Listen to that.
It works. But we're all going fucking.
I think
Map of the Problematic.
Map of the Problematic's gonna take this one.
All right, guys. Oh, this is a slaughter. If you guys argue with me,
if
you guys argue with me, I'm going to lose my mind. Track number 5, Plug-in Baby versus Soldier's Poem. Guys, is Soldier's Poem just like the most, and I bet there's people out there who love it, but it's the most generic, like, ding, 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 ding. How many times has that been used in songs? How many times?
It's like, what's that one?
It's almost like
Ave Maria. Right?
Was that?
Like Ave Maria, the opera song or whatever?
Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know why it's added. I don't know if maybe lyrically I don't know. I didn't read the lyrics, but the interlude, it feels like an interlude.
It feels like an interlude. I was going to say the same. It's not my favorite, dude. If they bust that out live, I'd go get a beer. Like I'd be like, all right, beer time.
All right, intermission.
Who wants a beer? Who wants a beer?
I think they don't play it that much, but
I've seen it a lot. We've never seen it live, but I've seen them play it before, which I'm like, out of all the songs on this great album, or both these albums, or in the Muse catalog.
It's an intro, dude.
It's an intro
to a different song.
Yeah, it's not my favorite though. But guys, let's get into Plug In.
Oh my goodness.
Oof. This song is it's a banger.
Head to toe, man.
It's a banger. Great guitar line. Oh, you would always rip that one up, dude. That was a fun one to watch you guys jam.
That's a great fucking song.
Have you guys ever?
Have y'all seen there's a YouTube video?
I was just about to bring it up where it's like it never stops climbing.
He just keeps going up the scale.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out, dude. Whatever that YouTube. Do you know what the YouTuber's name is?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
Shout him out. But anyway, go look that up. That one's hilarious. It's just like
he just keeps going.
Just keeps climbing up.
And then it sounds good. It doesn't sound like
That's awesome.
And then finally he gets to play the riff afterwards. You're like, oh my god, dude!
I love that riff and the drums and another great Chris bass line with amazing tone on his bass. That one, it's a simpler bass line, but it's all about the tone that he gets with the pedals.
Like
he's got
so crisp.
Yeah, like
it's
fuzzy.
Awesome.
He's got a fuzz or something on there that just makes it stand out.
I love the live version where Matt has. You know he has pedals installed into his guitars.
His guitar, yeah. Right? I remember you telling me that.
That's amazing.
All his guitars are basically custom made.
What's the brand called again?
I don't know if it's Manson or Mason guitars.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with Manson guitars. But they're all custom made. They're like fucking $5,000.
Jesus Christ. And every day he just breaks the shit out of one.
Yes, and the craziest thing is that he has the record for the most guitars broken in a tour.
God damn.
It was like upwards of 100-something guitars.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine
spending $500,000.
Just on breaking guitars.
And there's videos of him just like after shows grabbing guitars and throwing them into dumpsters and fans just like going nuts trying to get the guitar from the dumpster and basically like the necks falling off.
He's
and
a
shit.
real G, man.
Yeah.
Are you a diehard enough to like if you saw Muse like wait by the dumpster at the end of the show? Like I wonder if they're gonna throw his guitar.
Oh, I don't know. Possibly, yeah. Those guitars are expensive, man. Yeah. But anyway, so
you would try your hardest to fix it. Like I'm gonna glue it. I'm gonna glue it back together.
I mean, I would probably just. I don't know. I think I would just keep the body because the body has a bunch of shit on it. Like he even has almost like a touchpad on some of them.
I love that. Yeah,
he can map it to an effect, and it's a grid, so it goes X and Y, and you go. And he does all kinds of stuff like that. He uses it a lot in Supermassive, for example.
Yeah.
For his live versions, but for Plug and Baby, he's got a fuzz pedal on it.
That's fucking
inside
cool.
the guitar, and that's how he gets that. The siren sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he does.
And then the song just fucking goes.
Yeah.
So that's where he gets it from. It's this effect.
That's
so
unique.
I love that when he starts off the song because it's like
definitely, and it fucking stands out so well. But I was gonna say this is definitely the best chorus on the album.
Oh yeah.
Like this is one of the choruses that probably set them to the next level. Like it's just how it transitions and he hits that when I plug in, baby.
And then he goes into the falsetto. Oh,
yes. And I was gonna say at the very end. Yeah, that shit's fucking awesome. But dude, this is my only problem with Origin of Symmetry, and I'm starting to notice, like, when I got to this point of the album, for sure, I started noticing more, and it's hard to unnotice, I don't know who was the producer on this album, but Matt's breathing, like, gets a little annoying. He's always like,
yes. A little bit.
It's like, dude, are you dying? Like, do you have asthma? Like, what's going on? Like, could the producer not just be like, all right, I'm going to take that? Because this is, 2001. Like, it was easy to take it out. That was weird that it was kept in. Maybe to make it seem more raw.
That's so minor, man. It doesn't really
That is
matter.
true. Yeah. But I was thinking it's probably to make it seem more raw. Because at the time, a lot of bands weren't doing like really raw albums. Because when you see them live, people breathe, dude. Like, that's human. Like, you have to breathe. You know what I mean? And especially for Matt, because he's such like, to get to that high note, you definitely have to have that gut feeling like, and then like really just belt it out, which he's doing. So I could see how it could be a little bit, unaware or uncontrollable. But you know what I did want to bring up was that you told me, you explained the song to me once, like the lyrics are really fucking cool.
Yes.
Like for Matt as himself personally. What's it about again? It's like, he's like he doesn't feel comfortable singing, but his guitar like gives him the power to have the confidence. Yeah.
So for a while, I think what happened was because he started doing it recently in tours, the most current ones where he actually, puts the guitar down and walks around with a mic. Which is really bizarre to see because it's Matt Bellamy, right? You always see him with a guitar jamming.
Doesn't
and
feel right.
Doesn't look right. Doesn't feel right.
I think he's a bit of an awkward dude, a little bit kind of when you see the interviews and stuff like that. He's just very genius kind of level of musicality, but. When it comes to music, he was always like, I was really shy and didn't know how to express myself. But then finally, when I plugged in, basically, when I
turned the guitar on, started rocking.
Like, that was his way of expressing himself out to other people. And I bet a lot of musicians feel that way, where it's like...
Definitely.
But he finally wrote a song about it. Or it could just be something completely different. But I think... From what I've seen, he definitely talks about how the guitar was his escape to sort of
this song's
connect with the world.
They play it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
I don't think they do a show without it because it's
amazing. It's definitely like, is it the best song in the album? Probably.
Yeah.
I think it's undisputedly the best
easy.
song.
Yeah.
Easy.
You know what I mean? The chorus is great. The hook is great. It's top tier Muse song. Is it a top 5 Muse song?
I
think so.
I think so. It might be number
It's
5.
definitely
At the
top
very
10.
least top 10. Yeah, for sure.
very least top 10. It's an amazing song, dude. Definitely one that set them apart. Like for them getting to that next level of bands.
Was
Also-
this a single?
No, I think
It was Bliss, right? Bliss was a single.
I think Bliss was
and
the single,
Microcuts?
but it was one of the singles for sure.
Oh, okay.
Also, this is the first time where we see Matt,
Feeling Good was also a
Feeling
single.
Good.
Yeah.
where we see Matt do that little spin thing he does.
Oh
live,
yeah.
Where he grabs the guitar and just like spins around with it. It's like, what, dude? That's crazy.
That's fucking awesome.
And I saw when they were doing, I think it was the Guitar Hero after Guitar Hero 3, where Matt's in the game.
Yeah.
You can play as Matt Bellamy, right?
I think it's World Tour. Yeah,
I think-
maybe.
and they
remember that.
mocapped him, I think, is what it was.
Yes, yep.
So they did the the little spin thing. So
Nice.
there's Matt spinning
Doing
around
this-
with like
that's so
the
sick.
little balls and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff, mocap suit. Because that's they talk about guitarists and their movements, right? Like AC/DC's Angus Young, where he does the little step. you
Yep.
know,
Oh, yeah.
Like different guitarists have
Yeah,
their own little
signature
move.
KK from fucking Glenn Tipton and KK from Judas
even-
Priest, where they do the thing together. Like
Even
that's such a
ZZ Top
classic.
when they're like-
ZZ Top's another one.
The swaying
Pete Townsend from the Who does the
Yeah.
around the world.
So
Yeah.
they all have their little thing, and that's
Matt
basically
Bellamy's.
Matt's, spinning around.
That's cool
With
because
the
I
guitar.
remember they really got like the more of the stage presence on Origin. Remember he used to come out in a lab coat and like dance around. You remember that shit?
yeah.
That's so random. It's cool to look up like old videos before they were so famous. Like on this album tour, where it was just this one in the first album. Yeah, the Showbiz or whatever. Because it's so funny to see them before they were like so massive and the things they experimented with. Like he used to wear a lab coat, do the spin, and like dance
That's
around in
awesome.
weird
I think
ways.
he used to play an SG as well.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A Gibson SG. Like
And
he
there's
didn't
a-
have his
wow.
signature
There's a
guitars
classic
back
like
then.
YouTube video off I think it's this era where like he's like backstage at some concert and Kirk Hammett walks up to him. He's like, "Hey, dude, like that was a good show." And you can see Matt like, "Oh fuck, like that's Kirk Hammett, dude. Like what the fuck?" Yeah. And that's another thing too. Metallica's always like been like out for Muse. Like they love Muse, especially
Yes.
Kirk. Yeah,
That's
and definitely
cool.
Muse is inspired by Metallica. I think Matt has said that before.
They got some
But who
good
isn't,
shit.
dude? Like
Yeah,
Metallica's so
exactly.
big. Once again, they have metal influence. But anyway, we're going off
Baby.
track. Plug-in Baby is the
Crucify
obvious
my
winner.
enemies.
Crucify the soldier in the poem, dude. Fuck him. All right, track number 6. We're getting halfway. Citizen. This is another blowout, dude. Citizen Erased versus
Ooh.
Invincible.
Dude, this is over.
Bro, Citizen Erased is a metal riff.
Yes.
If you give me
Oh,
harmonics, dum dum.
intro, shirts off. Man. This is a shirts off song.
Here's the shirts off. Okay, there is one thing I'll critique with fucking Citizen Erased. It starts banging,
And
but
then
it goes
it
on a
slows down.
little long,
I
like
didn't realize it was almost 7 minutes.
7 minutes. I think
Yeah.
the song would have been better if it was 4 or 5.
Yeah,
like
I
there's
agree with that.
a
It
little-
overstays its welcome.
it
that's for
overstays
sure.
its welcome just a little bit, but the song's really good. I like it a lot. But I think Invincible, I like Citizen Erased better, but Invincible,
It's a great song too.
it's great.
I really
Lyrically,
like
it's
the
the
song.
it's the opposite. I think Citizen Erased starts like banging. It gets slower and overstays its welcome. Invincible, the intro stays a little too long, but the ending is
Yeah,
so
you want some
banging,
more.
bro.
Yeah.
Like that. But if that part would have come in sooner, for me, I personally don't love like those snare driven, like military-esque snare driven like verses,
Okay,
like
Yeah.
and it goes on and with. I think that overstays too much, but once that riff comes in, you're like, "Fuck, this is a really good song."
Yes.
I really love the lyrics on that one and the
Invincible?
way Matt sings.
Yeah.
I
Together
really
we're
like that song.
invincible.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's-
really don't know.
I didn't know
what
that was a
it's
single
like,
as
but
well.
It's
That's a
It
single.
was, yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
They have a
that's
pretty good music video for it too.
That's another thing
yeah.
about Muse is that they when they want to be like, there's songs that like you sing along and you feel very empowered, and this one's
Yes.
like one of those.
This
You're
is a
like
really
belting
good
like,
one.
"Yeah, dude, fuck, I feel invincible today."
Invincible.
Together we're invincible.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I think
Great
both these
song.
songs could have been higher in the Muse catalog if they were shortened just a little bit, like just a little bit, because they're both great. But I think they just overstay their welcome just a
no,
little
I
too
think,
long.
I think Invincible is meant
Yeah.
to be that long. I
Really,
think
but I know it
it's
might
a bit
be
of an epic.
But both of them are meant.
It tells a story, right? I think Citizen Erased is just there to have a good time, and then it's like, okay,
Okay,
Yeah.
you
You
can stop now.
Yeah, we can only hold this for so long. But then Invincible is kind of like a story. Like here,
Really?
let me walk you through this.
Yeah, I wish maybe if just the second part of that drum part, like I said, if it wasn't snare driven, if maybe he went to like more of like a doom, doom, like if he would have changed that drum beat, I would have liked it more. Because like I said, I just don't love that fucking.
I don't know. Maybe
too
it's
long,
meant to
too
be
long
like
to me.
a soldier.
Yeah,
kinda
I
song,
feel
like
guess.
it could be.
Yeah.
I could see it, but like I
Together
said,
We're
just for
Invincible.
my own personal taste, not my favorite. For that reason, I'm going Citizen Erase. So I don't know what you
For
guys
that
are going.
reason,
For that reason,
Sinister Race has one of the best guitar riffs.
I know, but like I said, it overstays a little bit.
I think. Yeah. I mean, are we deciding now or?
Yeah, because we're at 50 minutes, dude. We're fucking.
I
We need to
think
move a little bit
I
faster.
think I'm gonna go with Citizen Race, but I mean, it's not. I don't think it was a landslide. I thought
It was
Invincible was
closer
really
because
good too.
honestly, when I first started listening, I'm like, man, Invincible's not that good.
It's
but
just
then,
completely different moods.
that's
you know?
true. I will say, Invincible is definitely a grower. Like the first
Yes.
time I listened to it, I didn't like it as much, but then now I'm like, all right, I could throw that one on. You know what I mean? It would be Invincible live would be sick, but we did
It
get to
is.
see Citizens Erased in Dallas.
I mean, both
Yes.
of them. Both of them.
Yeah,
are great.
and I was so like, are they really busting out Citizen Erased? I never thought I would see that
Could
one
have been
live.
better though.
No, that riff smacked. But
No,
that
I mean,
show
the-
in general was pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah,
audio
but
was off.
We got to
way
clarify
bad.
for people why it was. It's because it was the Muse and Fanagram. Basically, some shit happened with the audio and the shit on stage to where they like Fanagram couldn't even perform, and Muse was like super late.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
Oh, there was some dude out like calibrating the lights
for
and stuff.
for
my
like an hour or two. It seems
I
so.
wanted
It
to
took
see
forever.
Pentagram too.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, but anyway, Muse. The second time we saw them in Austin was fucking amazing. They were great.
So much better.
But yeah, but anyway.
But I am going Citizen Erase.
And remember, it was with 30 Seconds to Mars, and it was just like funny to be like, all right, you can see why Muse is just significantly better. Like
Yes.
30 seconds that got old quick. After 30 minutes is all right. All right, the Joker needs to go back. The Joker needs to go back. Oh yeah, everyone together. Oh,
like every fucking 2 minutes.
that was too much. All right, Citizen Erase gets the pentagram of truth. All right, guys, we're halfway. Let's talk about the album covers.
the album covers.
Album covers, dude.
I like Black Holes.
Black Holes and
Black
Revelation.
Holes is much better, I think,
It's
because
weird.
it's
Origins-
the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep,
That's
it is.
Yeah,
hard.
that's cool.
It's-
I don't have
it's
them up
even
today.
better.
Sorry, everyone.
They're sitting at the table, right, and they're like,
Yeah, let me think.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it.
They're
real
in like silver suits, like
they all
reflectors.
have different suits, and
Yeah.
each one is like, what are they again? It's like
Pestilence, war,
death,
death,
famine.
famine. You could be right. Not famine.
And then the more you look at that album, the more it appears.
Mhm.
Like, there's like little people on the table, and there's
Oh, shit,
plates.
really? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, you should check it out. And the
Origin of
Symmetry's
Symmetry is
so
just
weird.
It's just like
is it
football
light?
posts. Is that what it is? Like
no, I think it's like light posts. Like,
But it makes sense for like what the album title is. But yeah, oh no, I'm looking at the I didn't even realize it was the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
it
It's
is.
fucking
It's the
crazy.
Four
There's a
Horsemen of the-
lot going on there.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
I think that's a wipeout.
Yeah, Origin of
That's
Symmetry is
wipeout.
just kind of like
It's plain.
when you look at it,
It's
you
so
wouldn't
plain.
pick it up and be like, oh, that's gonna be a smacking album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just looks
it's,
kind
it's
of
a very bizarre, abstract cover. I don't know.
I don't know.
With a name like Origin of Symmetry, you could have done something really cool
Yeah,
geometrically
exactly.
and stuff like that. But I don't
Yeah.
know what they were thinking with
I don't
that
know.
one
Maybe.
necessarily. But
yeah.
Who knows?
What's it called? I was trying to look. What-
also, isn't Origin of Symmetry like really orange? Like it's just one color.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
orange,
it's
yellow.
very like monochromatic.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'm trying. Oh, it's war, famine, plague, and what? Conquest.
Conquest, war.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Some that represent war, famine, plague, and death. I guess. I don't know. This isn't
Death
clear.
is definitely one.
Someone
of
can fact check, but anyway, anyway, yeah, Origin Symmetry's got the better album cover. That has no bearing on the debate if this is your first time. We need to explain the rules for people. Maybe this is their first time tuning in.
Say it on the intro.
Say it on the I'll say it on the intro. Well, that doesn't come up on YouTube though. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's pretty self-explanatory, dude. Like, 2 out of 3 votes gets a pentagram. Most pentagrams gets the winner. The win for here on Debate and Destroy. But anyway, let's go on to track number 7. And let's try to go a little bit faster.
Oh, I
but
think this is easy.
this
too.
is easy, guys.
Dude,
Assassin is a
Assassin's
banger.
Beast.
Easy.
dude.
This is
Easy.
it. The real question is Assassin the most metal Muse song?
Oh yeah. Dude,
I
the intro's crazy
don't-
good.
but
no.
over Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think
No,
Stockholm
but
Syndrome.
Assassin goes the whole song. Oh, so does Stockholm.
Dude, and Stockholm
I don't
ends
know.
heavy.
They're both amazing.
Like Stockholm ends so heavy. But you know what? I love that drum fill on this one to bring it into that diddle 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 diddle.
That drum fill's amazing.
And Matt just
that riff
destroying.
is butter. Oh, this whole song.
It's Assassin
This
all
song
the way.
is fantastic for sure.
I would love to see Assassin live. This is the one where I'm like, all right, if you're a metal fan and you're like, what, you know, and you've heard Muse being like correlated or you know, thrown that they have metal influence, this is the song you need to listen to. This one, Stockholm Syndrome,
Citizen Erased also.
Citizen Erased, Psycho, like
that one from Jones also.
yeah. But this
that
one
cool
specifically,
solo, I forgot what
like
it's called.
Handler? Or
No, not the Handler.
Handler's pretty metal, but in a
Handler
different
too,
way.
but, the one that has a really awesome solo.
In which album?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
God damn it! Why
It's
can't I-
starts with an
Reapers.
R. Reapers.
Reapers, yeah, that's
a banger too.
that's a banger. Yep,
Yeah.
that one's got a hard breakdown in the end.
Not really metal though. Like closer would be Stockholm Syndrome. I would
Closer,
think.
was,
and then Assassin.
but this one is
Assassin,
definitely
yeah.
like you could open a pit to that diddle 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 diddle. You get the
Exactly.
people moving for sure.
I think we can move on from this one.
Yeah, it's Assassin. There's
I
no
don't know,
way.
I don't know what to say
Okay,
about
that bad,
Microcuts
though.
is such an average Muse song. It hurts.
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
There's
Very
one,
operatic.
There's one thing I hate. It's the vocal effect throughout the entire song. That's too much.
Well, this was a single as well.
That's too much,
What?
dude. That's
Really?
so
Yeah,
dumb.
it was. I saw it.
Microcuts, like I said, Matt, that when he uses that vocal effect sparingly, like the siren-esque thing on his voice, it's fine. But the entire song, dude, that's too much. That's too much. This is a bottom tier song on the album. Not my favorite. But Assassin gets the pentagram of truth.
Yep.
All right, I think this one's a little bit
I had
closer.
a tough time with this one.
This one was a little bit closer for sure. All right, number 8, the fucking cover. Feeling Good versus Exo-politics.
Screenager. Or sorry, which one?
Exo-politics versus Feeling Good.
Yeah. Oh, did we?
Yeah, no, that's how it goes.
Yes.
Well, anyways, Exo-politics has a really good.
Oh,
good
shit.
Riffage.
I thought-
It's good riffage in
Okay,
here.
maybe I got.
Did you write him? I think you got him confused.
I think I got the track listing confused,
Oh,
fellas.
the Muse fan.
Oh, the Muse fan fucks.
Just kidding.
But Feeling Good, yeah, against Exo-politics. Well, let's talk about Feeling Good. That was definitely a huge song for
I
Muse.
love Feeling Good,
Yeah,
man.
it's a great cover of like a jazz staple that's been covered time and time
A
again.
lot.
Also, the way they do Feeling Good live and they just fuck around, like.
Oh, yeah.
Because what Muse used to do was really cool that, you know, studios and talk shows, some of them don't let you play live because
Yeah,
of the
very
timing
common,
and like
yep.
all of that stuff. So Muse would just fuck around with all these talk shows and stuff like that. And sometimes they would even switch their roles and like, you know, Matt's playing the drums,
Yeah.
and Chris is over there playing the guitar, and like Dominic is like trying to play.
I love that shit. Yeah,
They did that at an Italian show, but when they did Feeling Good, there's one part where Matt hides behind the piano, comes
Yeah.
up, and that part where he has the little
Like the
what do you call it?
speakerphone?
Like the little
Yeah.
speakerphone.
Yeah.
And he just like starts cursing and like starts like fucking little
That's
motherfucker.
awesome.
And he's just messing with all these people. Like that's
They
a good,
definitely
really
put
good
their own
song.
twist in this song.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
they
nice.
did.
They
It's
do.
pretty cool. You would think it's an original.
yeah, I agree.
Da-na.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna go with.
bro. But Exo-politics is
Exo-politics
super underrated.
It has a good chorus,
It is very
man.
underrated.
Dude, that riff is super groovy with the matching
Yes,
drums,
I
and
agree
then when it
with
all
that.
kicks in, like when it picks up like a minute in, I love it, dude.
This is so tough, man.
And
This
the
is
and
a
the
tough one,
fucking
yes.
the chorus is great too on
it
Exo-politics.
is. I like it a lot.
I fucking love it.
I had
But
fun with both of them.
I
really
do.
I'm gonna have to go with Feeling Good on this one.
I'm going Exo, dude. I'm going Exo-politics. Honestly,
JJ,
For the
JJ with the
riffage.
tie.
JJ tiebreaker. We can do.
I'm gonna go with Exo-politics. too.
Dang,
I like the
dude.
riffage on that
Yeah,
one.
I like it a lot, man.
Yes.
And I think it's also that Feeling Good just been covered so much, and I've heard it so many times. It's hard to listen to it with fresh ears.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I
this
do
makes
love
it
the.
fresh. They put their own twist.
They
It's
do,
different.
but
It's different, yeah.
I don't know. Exo-politics.
I
to me is
didn't
just
know
a
it
little
was a
bit more
cover
original.
until, you know, I mean, yeah, it's a very famous song,
Song,
but
yeah.
I didn't really, like, it was so unique hearing it from them that I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
isn't this a cover? And then you look it up, it's like, oh, shit.
Shit, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I just think Exo-politics gets lost in the wake of
It's
like
very
other great
underrated.
new songs.
Very-
it's very
very
It's
underrated.
the most
Yes.
underrated
It's
song. from
might
both
be the
these
most
albums.
under-
Yes,
Exa-
from this album, for sure.
Or Assassin 2 is up there for being underrated. But yeah, Exo-politics is great. It gets the pentagram of truth today. All right, let's go to track number 9. I think this is a blowout, dude. Screenager versus City of Delusion.
I wasn't a fan of either one, to tell you the truth.
No, I actually like the fucking City Delusion, like the acoustic start. The bass tone is killer, and I actually really like the violins in the background.
Yeah, but I would agree with the JJ. Like, I don't.
What?
I don't know.
Guys, I think you guys are hating on
I
City
think,
Delusion.
no, I think City of Delusion is better.
Like it's a good song.
And then
The good
got
part is the
Screenager,
bass.
Screenager is the weakest song maybe on the album. It's so forgettable.
They're trying really hard to be Radiohead in this one.
Really,
Yeah,
you
they're
think
trying
so?
to be different.
Yeah, I can
Listen
see
to
that.
his voice. It sounds. I thought it was what's his name from Radiohead? Tom
What's his
Tom
name? Yeah,
York.
Tom
Does
York.
change it up. The Chimes intro is a little weak. It's just not my favorite.
No, dude, but I think City Delusion is a good Muse song. I would love to, like, it'd be cool to say on that too. No, dude, the guitar too, but I like the violins that like transition into the chorus. I think it's a cool song. It's a little bit different.
One of these is gonna get the cross of shame.
Cross of shame, no cross of shame here. So which one y'all going with? Come
I'll
on,
go
City.
with City. of
City of
Delusion.
Delusion.
City, it's an
I'm gonna
easy
go
one.
with City
Easy
of
one.
Delusion.
All right, guys. Dark Shines versus Hoodoo.
I personally like Dark Shines better because once again the bass shines a little more and it's heavy. It's a heavier bass line.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
funky bass line. Cool
Yeah.
solo to start. I like the little
The
stops too in the
solo
first
is
part.
not the greatest though.
Yeah.
It's a little weak.
There's some the weird transitions in the middle are cool, but what's it called? What did I write down here? The violin and the bass behind it is fucking cool. But there was
They
something
messed
about
up with
Hoodoo.
They could have evolved it a little more because it's kind of.
I
Does it
don't
sound like
love-
an unfinished song.
Yeah, it
kinda, a
feels
little bit.
like-
Yeah.
It feels like a big buildup leading to something, and then it goes nowhere. Like,
Do you like that surfer rock like intro?
No, it's not.
It doesn't
that's
really
not my
work for
thing.
me.
Yeah.
Like for this one.
For that, I'm gonna pick Dark Shines.
Yeah, these B-sides too. These two specifically are like they're okay. Nothing
Yeah.
great. I think City of Delusion is definitely better than both of these songs.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
it's definitely better. But what do you? So are you going with
I'm going Dark Shines.
Maxi?
I think so
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, Dark Shines. I'm gonna go Dark Shines too. Yeah. Hoodoo was like,
I don't know.
this is a blowout.
Dude,
This is a
how is this
blowout.
fucking B-side, first of all. Insane.
So Megalomania versus Knights of Cydonia.
You know why it's a B-side? Because recently they did another interview where they talk about Knights of Cydonia, and dude, apparently it was supposed to be a joke. Like they're not recording this seriously. They talk about
They
how
just have fun with it.
they were talking about like, let's do this most ridiculous fucking like
over the
because
top?
listen to it. It's like it's got this operatic voice, right? It's got synthesizers in the back. It's got this like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Almost like
Western feel.
Western
yeah.
feel, and then it's like a spaghetti Western kind of like, I don't know, sci-fi
Especially when
Western.
they play it live and they have the
It's
harmonica
so
to
funny when they
introduce
say
it.
that because
So-
some of the biggest songs ever were made as jokes.
And they
Like Sweet
they
Child
talk
of Mine
about
from Guns N'
how
Roses, they
I don't
just
think
fucked
that.
around.
I don't think. Oh, was it made as a
Yes,
joke?
It was made as
Oh.
a joke.
I know
Thunderstruck
Slash
was
doesn't
made
like
as a
it.
joke.
Which one?
really
Thunderstruck.
Wow.
A lot of these big
Was
songs,
it?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
Some of these big songs were like, holy shit. Like,
because Knights of Sidonia,
that's so crazy
they
to
they
know
talk
about.
about how when they were in the studio recording it, they were just laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
Because they're like, dude, we're not gonna like this song.
Jesus
is gonna,
Christ.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
So it's that's why it's a B-side because it's meant to be a joke.
That's so crazy.
That's crazy, and it got huge. It got huge.
It's their closer.
Yeah.
They never close the show without Knights of
But it
Sidonia.
works, dude.
It
Live,
works.
it's
It's-
so
it's
good.
a 12-minute live song.
I know. And
when they
once
play it.
And
dude.
it's just
Once you
building
get
and
to that
building.
riff,
Oh my
it all pays
goodness.
off. That riff smacks.
No one's gonna take me alive.
Top
Ooh.
three
Oh,
Muse riff.
dude.
Top
Ooh.
three Muse riff.
Yeah, dude,
Easy.
It's my favorite.
This
Muse
is this
song.
might be my favorite Muse riff. The
Damn.
outro
Because it's
Yeah,
so
for
rewarding
sure.
when you get to that part. And when you're live, dude, live, when you see it, you're like, jump the fuck up. Everyone,
the
come
build
on.
up is just perfect.
And
dude.
everyone's
Yeah.
singing "No One's Gonna Take Me Alive" and like and
Yeah.
then it finally and then
To
starts
me,
to
this is
build
the
up.
pinnacle
Oof.
of Muse, man. Like
Yes.
the whole structure of the song is insane.
works.
I mean, if you think Muse, this is what you think of because it's got everything. It's got synthesizers, it's got the guitar, it's got
a
the
little
heavy
bit of
riffs, it's got the
everything.
operatic, Matt Bellamy voice, it's got the bass, dun 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 dun. It's the best. I think it's the best representation of Muse.
Damn.
This song. I'm
Has
gonna
everything
say.
Yeah.
you want. They offer.
That's
it's
why
great.
it's probably, arguably, their most popular song.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that. And definitely, like you said, when it was on Guitar Hero, like people in our generation, that was like their biggest exposure to
Yeah, that
Muse.
was like their
because it was such a
first-
popular
And
game.
it's perfect. It's perfect.
And it's perfect for a
example.
Guitar Hero, you know what I mean? Because it just works. Especially people love to play because the
Man, I can't say it enough, man. This is the pinnacle of music.
yeah,
I
it's
think
a
so,
great
yeah.
fucking song.
It's a
You know
great
what I was
song.
thinking too? You know what else? It just hit me. Another song that was recorded as a joke that got huge was MGMT. Their song "Electric Feel" that was
Really?
completely written as a
Man, that's a
joke.
good
like
song.
they
Joke?
hate,
What?
Yeah, they hate that song. They're like, let's make a really poppy song,
Oof.
and it ended up being like huge for them.
That's amazing that artists can do that. Seriously.
It is funny, but Knights of Cydonia, Megalomania. What do you guys gotta say about? I actually think that's a pretty good song. I didn't realize how good that one is. I thought it stands out. It's middle tier.
The last 4 that we just talked about.
Let me look at it.
It's better than Screenager, Hoodoo, Dark Shines, and City of Delusion. It's better than all those.
Yeah.
It's not better than Feeling Good.
No, it's better than Feeling Good, dude.
Oh no,
it's close.
Dude.
It's close.
Feeling Good is so good.
But it's definitely better than Dark Shines, and it's definitely better than Dark Shines, and it's definitely better than Screenager.
Knights of Cydonia would have beat every fucking song on this.
Well, definitely, but Knights of Cydonia is arguably the best Muse song there is.
Yeah, you got a bad matchup, Megalomania.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so you would take Knights of Cydonia over Plug-in Baby?
Oh yeah, for me, yeah, dude.
I think so.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so.
I mean, I'm trying to think if I would ever pair up another Knights of Cydonia with another Muse song. I think Knights of Cydonia is going to win every single time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is the best, probably
you like
the best.
Plug-in Baby over Assassin? I think Assassin's better.
No, Plug-in Baby, I think.
Dude,
that's hard.
I
think it's Plug-in Baby, JJ.
Really?
Yeah,
Assassin's so good.
Assassin is banging. You know, I love the banging riff, but dude, there's
the chorus in Plug-in Baby just kills it.
It does, and it's just. I don't know. It's iconic, like that guitar line. Yeah, I love that shit.
You know you're in for a good time when you start
exactly.
True.
Exactly. All right, Knights of Cydonia gets the pentagram of truth. We are on the last track here, fellas. Futurism versus Glorious.
I like Glorious.
I like Glorious. Yeah.
I like Glorious better.
Ender.
But dude, I actually thought both of these were way better than I remember. Like, good way to close the album.
They're both good.
Futurism reminded me, I don't know if you guys listen to any Primas, but there's a Prima song called Too Many Puppies. It has like it opens with like this ding, 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 like on the bell. And they open Futurism with that same kind of like similar thing. But
because the guitar works pretty cool on that song.
Yeah. But then it comes in with that vocal effect again that I don't love. And there's a lot of breathing going on with fucking Futurism. But Glorious, dude, I love the melody of the instruments a lot. And the song is like a prog. This is more like a prog rock song a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's easy. I think Glorious is the better way to end the album than Futurism.
Is really well made.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
It'd be cool for them to just bust this out once again. Like it's another sleeper hit. Yeah. You know, for a Muse song, this is like an average song. For a lot of other bands, this is what could be like their best song if they wrote it. You know what I mean? It's a huge song.
It's hard for Muse to probably bust out a B-side. They have so many big hits, man. It's insane.
I know they really do.
It's too much.
They really do with a lot of vocal hooks. It's just his voice, dude. It's so operatic, so like over the top, ridiculous that it's catchy and it's very empowering.
And it's probably hard to do medleys of B-sides because like half of
medleys.
Yeah, like half of these are made for a build-up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you couldn't throw 4 riffs together and just be like, all right, let's mix this part with this part. You know, I completely agree. They have to be on their own, but yeah, man, I think it's easy. Glorious.
Yes.
What a fucking great way to end the album. So fucking Glorious gets the pentagram of truth. So guys, we are at the end. Let's tally it up, dude. Origin of Symmetry, you have 4 pentagrams with truth, which means Black Holes and Revelations is the winner with 8, dude.
Oh, jeez.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Man. I think Black Holes is way better.
Yes.
I don't know about way better.
I think it
is better.
Dude.
It is definitely better.
I think of the album.
I think
it's just a different path, right? Like, you know, they're maturing as a band when you hear, because
that's a great way to put it.
The album in the middle is Absolution.
Yeah.
Which, if you listen to it, it's kind of like a mix between the two.
I was going to say Absolution would have been a better matchup for me personally. Because I really enjoy Absolution.
We could do that on the next one. Black Holes versus Absolution.
Got a lot of classics on that one. But I think it's like a good mix between the two. And then, you know, with most bands, you know, you want to, once you start to get really popular, it's like, oh shit, how do we
continue this?
You gotta stay with the formula.
Yeah, you gotta stay with the.
But dude, there's no formula in Black Holes, dude. Like we said, there's so much diversity, but it's definitely them.
Each song does tend to have a formula, though. Like it's a lot more formulaic.
I don't know, dude. You know, look at the difference between Map of the Problematic,
not
Starlight,
album,
and Knights of Cydonia. That is, there's no formula there, dude. Formulaic would be like, okay, there's verse, you know what I mean? Verse, bridge, chorus, breakdown. This is not formulaic, bro. This is very like, come on.
I think what I'm trying to say is like, it seems like Origin of Symmetry, they were a little bit more like, let's just jam.
Let's jam.
And whatever comes out, let's do it.
There's a stark contrast between the two.
But with Black Holes and Revelations, it feels like they had a mission, like a purpose. Like, okay, this is what we want to write. This is the way we want to do it. But Origin of Symmetry, it feels like, let's just fuck around and see what happens. Like, Plug-in Baby's definitely them just jamming the scale. And then,
exactly,
all right, stop the scale there.
That sounds great.
And then come back, and now let's write a chorus. And that's how they made Plug-in Baby.
That's true. We're like, the production on Black Holes and Revelation, there's so much more intricacies on the back end than on
has more intent.
Origin.
Is this your favorite Muse album?
I don't know, man. I think
Absolution is really good.
Resistance might be.
Resistance is really good too, though, man. But it's just so different because the last 2 tracks
between
are like
these two, Black Holes and Revelations and Resistance.
Yeah,
I think Black Holes might be their best. They have so many. I didn't realize how many big hits it has.
yeah,
That's
it's got
insane.
some great ones.
Yeah.
The only one I really
I'm
don't
gonna go
like
with
is
Black
Soldier's
Holes.
Poem. Like I just can't
But I don't
stand that
even
song.
count that as a true song to me personally. I
Yeah.
think it's just a lead up to the next one.
Yeah, but it's cool to see the difference in Muse's career with these 2 albums, dude. Like the sounds are completely
It's
different.
different.
You know what I mean? So different, but still great albums.
They're
I think.
a unique band. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, fucking Black Holes and Revelations is the fucking winner here today on Debate and Destroy. If you think Origin of Symmetry is better, what's their opinion, JJ?
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Let them know, dude. Any closing thoughts? Any closing thoughts on this one?
I just think we got it right on the money.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
I think so.
I think so, too.
I think it's testament of like a band that finally figured out their song and their style and went like, boom.
Yeah, this is us. This is
The
us.
evolution is amazing.
But it's cool to see that like a lot of people don't realize with Origin is that, you know, they have metal, hard rock influence with those big riffs. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? They want to, those boys want to jam, you know,
And you
which
start
is cool.
to hear a little bit of their like sci-fi feel in Origin Symmetry, but then Black Holes and Revelations, they're like, boom, here we are.
Because a lot of purists will just be like, well, the Muse band, I mean, Starlight, I hate that fucking song. It's like, yeah, but dude, have you heard fucking that riff from Citizen Erase? That shit smacks,
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
Yeah.
Assassin and Starlight in the same
A
album?
Pophead,
Are you kidding me?
Metalhead, Rockhead. You can they have a little bit of everything.
It's the gateway metal band, right?
It's a gateway band, dude,
Yeah.
for
It's a
sure.
gateway band.
It's
I
a
don't know about
gateway
a
band.
metal band, but they're definitely
if
a
you
gateway
got
band.
okay, let's say like if you were someone who got into like Starlight, but then you dig through Muse's catalog because you really dig them and you start to get the heavier stuff. How much of it is the difference to go from Assassin to like to fucking Metallica? You know what I mean? It's not that big of a.
It's not. It's really
not that
not.
big of a difference. Or Rage Against the Machine, or to get a little bit heavier, or even Iron Maiden, something really
start
operatic over
building
the
up.
top. You know what I mean? And then from there you can dig down into like, oh, the nitty gritty where we go on Debate and Destroy. Like that really
Until we go to
dirty
the
shit.
underground.
The really dirty shit. But yeah, man. So I hope
I
if
think
you
we got it right. Yeah.
yeah, Ethan, if you're a metalhead and you're angry that we did this episode, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give them a little bit of a chance here.
Yeah.
If not, we're definitely gonna do more genres. DJ and I are fucking huge fans of all types of music. So I think this was a good one to do a first like a bridge into different genres because there's still metal influence
You know,
here.
XM Radio's doing Hip Hop Week. They're meshing
really?
metal bands with hip hop.
Oh, that's fucking
so like
cool.
Body Count, they
Body
did
Count,
Slayer and Body Count,
Anthrax, I'm
Rage
sure.
Against the Machine,
Yeah.
all those. It's pretty cool.
That's
Oh yeah,
fucking-
Public Enemy and
But
Anthrax,
yeah, what's the Faith No More? You know, they got a rap thing going on.
Five Finger Death Punch, and what's his name?
Oh, Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
That's so dumb. But anyway, that's the fucking end here.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucking thank you for tuning in. Fucking like and
Thanks, guys.
subscribe. Fucking email us. You know what it is. Keep on head banging. That's the most important part. Motherfuckers, we'll catch you on episode number 48. What are we on, 47?
No, yeah,
48, bitches. Damn, we're
48.
getting up there.
Yeah.
Catch you on the next ones, motherfucker. Peace out.
Out.